Look at all this brake dust on here. Is I'll just clay the hood. Yeah, no worries. Alright, let's get started. Oh, what's a nice lens you got? Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing a 1 of 500 Dodge Challenger. Let's get into it.
Oh no, that's a mantis. Damn. There we go.
Alright, gotta put on my gloves. You know what I'm saying? Alright, we're gonna start on these rims. Now these ones are caked with brake dust, so we might need to use our Iron X to get rid of them. Get rid of the brake dust. So first we'll rinse around here, and then we'll rinse the rims. So with these ones, we're gonna spray our Iron X. Make sure we get rid of brake dust. Spray it down, and as you can see, it's turning purple. Spray our degreaser on the fenders and tires here. And we'll use our brake buster to foam it up so it can dwell longer. To do that, we'll grab our brush, foam it down. This is an easy detail brush, so it moves in the grooves and helps you get in all these tight spots here. Keep it in between there, here as well. As you can see, it's caked in brake dust. Look at all this brake dust on here. So we're gonna put it down. Always make sure that when you're using a brush like this or using any of your materials, make sure to just leave it on the ground. If you're not gonna rinse it right away and put it in your bucket, just leave it on the ground, because what you want to do is rinse it before you put it back into your bucket, so that way you keep all your materials nice and clean and make sure that it lasts longer. So we're gonna hit the brush on the face of the rims here, then hit the calibrators. And what we're gonna do, last method I got it from MJ Detail, is I grab a towel, you wring it out, and once you degrease the tires, you're just gonna use the towel to strip off all of the dirt on the tires. He says it's best to grab a towel because it kind of strips all the browning onto the actual towel itself, instead of just kind of smearing it around with a brush. And now we're gonna rinse it down. And then also rinse our brush. Make sure we're getting off all that brake dust and keep it clean so it lasts longer. So we'll put it there. Same thing with this brush here. And yeah, move on to our next rim. Okay, so after we finish doing the rims, we got a lot of bugs and dirt on the front end here. So what we're gonna do is use our degreaser from Autobrite, our magic red degreaser, and just spray down the front end. Now, if diluted properly, which I dilute it 1 to 3, you'll get rid of a lot of the tar, the sap, the bugs on the front here. So, and also since this car is black, you don't wanna let it sit for too long. Usually let it sit for like a minute or so, but I'll let it sit for probably 30 seconds, not too long. Just because the car is black and obviously absorbs the heat. So, and also what you can do is kind of mist it. So get the panels a little cool, just so it can sit a little bit long, because you don't want it burning into the. I'm gonna mist it just to get the panels nice and make it's not crazy. Anything that can ruin the paint finish. The clear. And make sure to get in the fuel cap as well. We don't forget about that. I'll let it sit for no longer than 30 seconds. And then fully rinse it down. We're gonna rinse it down, foam it, do a contact wash, and then for this one we'll also clay bar just to get rid of any of the embedded contaminants. Nice and all right, so what we're gonna do is, if you don't know what a clay bar does, pretty much it removes all the embedded contaminants. So I just did a basic wash, rinse it down. Now, if you just got a basic wash from me, I would dry it with a drying towel and you'd be good to go. But with a premium wash, you get the clay bar, and then you also get, when I dry it, I use a ceramic wax called a ceramic spray from Autobrite. And I use that as it's kind of like a clay and wax, but it's a clay and ceramic. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna grab my foam cannon, and after we just did the contact wash and foamed it down, we're gonna foam it down again. This is to create some lubrication for the clay bar to slide. and remove the contaminants. So what we'll do is we'll foam down one side here. Since it's hot, it's gonna dry up. So we'll foam it down really quickly. So after we foamed it down, we're gonna grab our clay bar. We got it nice in a toolbox here. Got it nice and organized. So we got our clay bar here. So this is our heavy grit clay bar. You can either use a clay mitt or you can use a clay bar. This removes more contaminants than a clay mitt. But yeah, this one's more abrasive. So it removes a lot more embedded contaminants. What you're gonna do is grab it like this, stretch it out. And then what I do is I'll just clay the hood. So you clay it, and then with your other hand, you'll feel whether or not you're actually getting rid of the contaminants. If you are, it should be nice and smooth. If you're not, then you'll still feel it, feel the contaminants. What we're gonna do is do the windshields as well. Basically clay bar everything. You also clay bar the windows. A lot of people don't clay bar the windows because they think you can't, but definitely can. I'm gonna clay bar the whole rest of the car, especially the front end here, because there was a lot of bugs. If they didn't come out for the basic wash, the clay bar will stick to them and make sure that they do come out. Also, any tar, any tree sap, anything like that should come out with the clay bar. Look at this. This is what the clay bar does. You see that bug right there? That would have not come off with a normal basic wash, but when you get the premium, got all these bugs out of here. So what we'll do, just to make sure we don't get any bugs on this, is we'll kind of flip through the clay bar, make sure it's a fresh side. We'll go on with this. Hit the front here where there's the bugs at. If it starts to dry up, what you want to do is grab your pressure washer and just lightly mist it, just to make sure that the soap is not drying up on the paint, and then keep claying. It also works if there's any road paint on your car. Usually with road paint, you want to get rid of it as soon as possible. And either you use a clay bar, or in extreme scenarios, what you need to do is actually polish it. That's where you could clay bar it yourself. Polishing it, I would recommend you go to some sort of professional to do that. It doesn't have to be me, but it could be anyone that's a professional, but you know, it should be me. So we're gonna clay bar the rest of this and then rinse it down. So if you actually want to see more videos of this car, you can follow One Bad Scat Pack. Bro, I'm going to talk about the Auto Bright drying towel for like the 15th time. It's the Auto Bright drying towel. They have a location in Mississauga and also Scarborough. If you're looking to pick up one of these, they're $40, but they're definitely worth the $40 because they get everything dry in one shot. So you go like this, boom, it's nice and dry. You know, if you're looking to save time, literally just throw it over the top. Look at that. Boom, it's nice and dry. As Mathis said, see, look, my hands don't move. Then when I go over here where it's wet, look, my hand's moving. Means that it's dry. So, you know what I'm saying? We got the freshest towels in the game. Look how bright and yellow they are. We just got them from Costco. Took off the tags. And what we're gonna do is blow out any of the little cracks and crevices. Make sure you get all the water out so there's no water stains, water marks. So the client just gave us this. We're going to use the Mother CMX Advanced Science Ceramic Coating Spray. So it should do the same thing. All right, so we're going to grab our towel and then we're going to grab our ceramic coating spray. We're going to spray down the rims, kind of touch up the rims, make sure they're looking good, and then also add kind of a layer of protection to them as well. These ones were caked and brake dust, so it's always good to come hit them back up and touch them up, make sure they're looking good. All right, we got our vinyl shine from Auto Bright. Do about 3 sprays and apply it to the tire. Now my tire shine is diluted 1:1, so it's very shiny. All right, thank you guys for watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And if you have any cars similar to this, just DM me on Instagram at Rigo Detailing, and we'll get it set up. But yeah, RD out.